Alright then. Well, that's night. Okay. Come on, center. Okay. So, now I just want to show how you would, get the basics done for, just, doing some, PvE. I want to say PvE, but it's just PvE grinding more than anything else. So, after you've done everything in the first part, you type in transport, pull up, let's go with supply team 9, because we're in Sydney right now. Well, we're closer to this, but we're in Sydney, and these are the two supply teams around Sydney. We'll go to supply team 9 for now. They're both about the same difficulty, but everyone in game has their own opinions on which supply team you want to go to for your first time out. I honestly have no opinion either way. You can do 9 or 34, but it costs 1,500 Fed credits. And okay. Taken off. And now when you're traveling, the game tries to render the ground so quickly that you'll get serious frame drops, and it will actually seem like the game freezes once you start traveling forward. So I'm gonna cut off the video here, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye. Okay, we're on top of the supply team now. We'll just drop on down. We may see night later for some basic combat stuff, but right now I just want to show off weapon types and how to get in and out of combat. So this, when you go to a supply team, it'll drop you next to a truck. The nearest truck, there are a bunch around here. The nearest truck, when you click on it, will say, oh, well, it'll say truck, but it's labeled as a hangar. So just get up close to it, as close as you would need to for a hangar in a city, and get in your vehicle. In this case, we're going to be trying to use the light armor. But first, we need to switch over to what I like for my combat setup. So generally, you turn on radar, set it to the farthest distance. This guy has a 1,600 meter radar distance. I like to keep skills open because it'll show, we have no skills right now. It'll show our progression of the skill system as we go through. So things like evasion, hand-to-hand combat, ground engagement is a real important one. You'll get that for pretty much everything. Mobile suit, it's based on you moving around in the mobile suit. You'll get better movement stats. We don't need the area map. Instead, we're going to pull up the machine menu, and it'll show all the basics. Your damage for your weapon, your currently equipped weapon, currently equipped shield, and your damage for the suit itself. The backpack's open. That's okay for now. We'll open up the container. We'll see. That way we can keep track of our ammo. And machine. No, not machine. Weapon. This will show later on. It'll be more important, but to show like what's in your slots. But right now we only have one, a long rifle. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You have the machine gun cartridge. Make sure you have the right ammo for the right gun. So right now this is machine gun ammo that goes in the long rifle. It's not actually a machine gun, but it uses that ammo, so it's cheap. Alright, so we got the basics done. Let's head out. Oh, okay. Now, if you want, before we head out, you need to know, you need to switch into a combat mode when you want to attack things. So, you hit... Oh, that's warfare. We'll talk about that later. That's where the PvP happens. Just hit tab, and you'll pop into combat mode, which your cursor, that's what it's called, turns red, and you can just head out. Generally, I head out from this corner on the radar, because it just, I don't know, tab it, I guess. I know where the enemies are in this direction, so we're gonna head out this way. scan the horizon for anything. Oh, there's a couple. Oh, someone's been here. I wonder if we could hit this guy. Now see, you're already starting to get points in certain categories. You can see them over here, and as they appear, they'll appear in your journal. The journal pretty much shows everything important, so you want to keep that open or somewhere on the screen. This is just the setup I particularly use. You can put it wherever you want, but you just hold down the button. It's very, I call it WoW-like. You just kind of click and it targets. It has to be within a certain view angle where the suit can't get it, can't sight it. Certain vehicles have more trouble than others of sighting things. From viewing angle. Yeah, someone was here recently. There's 2 vehicles that already have damage. But basically, the stats are really low right now. Oop, I'm gonna take care of that guy first. Come on, am I even close enough? You can see, I'm starting to take some damage on the main suit. It's only 1%, so it's fine for now. As I'm firing the long rifle, it consumes ammo in its cartridge, and when I reload, it'll take more ammo from the container. But for now, it will be taking damage as you use it. Eventually, you'll hit 100%, and you won't be able to use it anymore, and you'll just have to throw it out. Or what I like to do is throw it in the bank, which they have a facility at the supply team. You drop it in the bank, repair bank, and basically you drop off the used stuff, and then sell it at a store later. You can't sell things at the stores at the supply teams. You have to sell at a city. So if you pick up items from enemies, you're not going to pick up much at this supply team. It's kind of weak guys. You'd be lucky to find a weapon here, let alone something like worth something like an engine. Yeah, you get nice pop-ups, cartridge flow. I got 4 shots left. Generally, when I'm not in danger and I don't have time, I'll just fire until it's empty. But this suit is particularly good with dodging. But I'm just using this to show, at least in the beginning, you'd want to build up some of your points before you go into real combat. So, it's basic stuff. Ammo. Hit R to reload. You can see it took 30 rounds from the pool of ammo there to fill 30 rounds here. Now this uses 1 shot at a time, but there are machine guns and rocket launchers that use multiple shots at the same time. And all comes down to preference, really. So I'm gonna get closer to this guy, get some damage, and the closer you are, I think it's when you hit the 50% mark is when you like this little mark here is this bottom tick. When it lines up with these arrows, the arrows will move closer in. When it hits that, it's the optimum distance for the weapon, I believe. I could be wrong about that. I think that's what it is. Let's get in close. Now you'll notice things like I don't fire nearly as fast as they do. The fire rate depends on which weapon you're using, as well as your weapon manipulation skill, I believe. The higher that skill is, the faster you'll fire, and the more accurate it is. I believe accuracy is that stat as well. Alright. Let's turn around. We'll head back and I'll show you different weapons. I can also show you repair while we're here, while we're at it. Alright, when you get to the civilian or Europe, allies' territory, you want to switch out of combat mode. Some people don't like it when you target them. So, repairing is generally cheaper than the emergency toolkits. So, it's a good idea that if you're running out of ammo and your damage is getting up there, sometimes it's best just to leave, come back, get repair if you can, rather than using your emergency toolkits. You'll save some money that way. Alright. So you see, you go to the bank, and the way you earn money in this game is as you kill enemies, depending on their rank and how much damage you cause them, they'll give you credits. See, we got, I know it doesn't seem like much, but we got 4,160 credits for killing that Zaku 1 cannon. And, see, we only got 6% damage on the rifle, so we'd be able to fire it for a while. And, alright, let's show some of the other weapon types. Alright, so, first you're at this corner of the V is this little truck, and it should be labeled weapons. It's almost identical to purchasing weapons at the regular store, with the exception that you can't sell. So, I'll just top off this. Oh, hold on, let me reload that rifle so I get maximum ammo, and then reload the machine guns. Oop. Now I'm back at 1,000 down here. Haven't used any of my toolkits yet. Let's see what we got. Yeah, let's show off his grapple, which is just, you know, punching. So, and let's just, we got the throwing device. Which is in that? That's 5 rounds. Basically, throwing device is a grenade for a mobile suit. It's a big old grenade. So we'll try that out. We'll try out the beam saber. Why not? Beam sabers damage quickly, but they're useful in close combat. They do high damage over time, and well, not damage over time, but they have high DPS. But they damage very quickly, and if you're going to be doing a lot of hand-to-hand combat, it's best to hold on to lots of beam sabers or grapples. Tank fighter, these are for like the other combat vehicles that aren't mobile suits. These are mobile repairs for... Mobile repairs? Yeah, mobile repairs. Basically, if the vehicle can operate with this, which this suit can't, it can repair MS or MA, mobile armor, or tank and fighter, depending on which vehicle can hold it. Alright, so let's head out to the battlefield, and I'll show you what... Oh wait, first let's go over again how to re-equip. So, I'm going to throw the EF throwing device here. So I'm going to apply that, and it'll drop into manipulator slot 2. The way to switch weapons is just on the top bar, your number bar, just tap the number that the manipulator is. And now I have the throwing device. Now, okay, let's head out, and I'll show you what you can do with this. Alright, so now that we're near a few enemies, same spot as before, we're going to, let's take on this Zaku one. So, I have the throwing device equipped, lock in. Now, the throwing device has this sphere. Basically, when you throw it, things get damaged in this sphere. Now, it's not absolute damage, but everything has the potential to get damage in this sphere. It's good for looking for targets that are hiding behind objects that can't be seen, because they'll start taking damage, and they'll try and move away from that. It's good in PvP, but for this purpose, we'll just show you what it can do. Alright. Take them as that. Not quite in there. There's no. It's all manual targeting with this. weapon. Okay, he's within the range, so I'm gonna throw it. Alright, so I had some difficulty with my computer. Everything seems to be worked out now, but you saw how the throwing device works. So let's re-equip. Now we'll replace the throwing device with a beam saber. Yes. And there you go, beam saber. And one thing I dislike is that it still has the saber here. It did color the saber properly, but it left the saber in his pack. Bothers me. Anyway, we're going to head to the same Zaku 1 and beat him up a bit. I just want you to note how easily it is damage the beam saber while I'm using it. Alright, 7 meters is the maximum distance, so I'm gonna dive it. Yeah, seem to be doing alright with the dodge rate on this, but you can tell my CQB, close quarter combat, isn't that great right now, but it goes up, and you can see this is where more damage than the suit is. Pick up. Oh, nothing. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna head back. Right. Oh, someone got the shield. Freebies. What we got? 67%. Not bad. I'll, actually, let's see if it can do it. Drop this. Pick it up. Nope. Alright, so if it doesn't pick up the shield you want, you have to go into the equipment menu. Pop this guy in. I like that shield. It's a little more expensive, but people pick it because it keeps the suit better. When you get later in this game, you tend to theme suits, get colors, get shields, get a weapon set you like. But for now, we went over the grapple and the saber. Oh, we didn't go over grapple, but grapple essentially is the saber, but you're just punching instead of using a sword. Let's go over beam guns. So this is nice and cheap. Let's buy that. I'm not very familiar with beam guns because I definitely go down the gun tank tree, gun cannon tree, and they use all cannon cartridges. Now beams are nice because they all just use energy packs. So let's buy those. And we have a lot of stuff in our inventory, so I'm going to first we'll replace that long gun with that thing, whatever it is. I'm not a fan of beam weaponry. Ooh. Freebies everywhere. Ooh, that may be actually. Now, oh, take some more credits out. We earned a couple more running around testing out weapons. And switch to container. Drop in the throwing device. Drop the long rifle. What's this beam rifle at? Yeah, 99%. People kind of just toss them on the ground. Like, see, it's even made for my suit, but it's at 99%. So it can't do anything. we're not using the long rifle anymore, so we'll drop the cartridges in here. Now all of this is just so you save it in case you die with your suit. I want to head back over here. Get this repaired up. Alright. We're at a repair. That's good. Around. And beam rifle. Beam saber. Okay. So we're all set for beam weaponry. I'll just just do some editing, and I'll see you over by the battlefield. Okay, we're gonna go straight into fighting. Let's see. This particular beam rifle is very short range, so I'm gonna get close. Getting a little closer while shooting. It's good getting out of like enemy view range. Screws up decent players. In order to get loot, you have to be out in combat mode, which usually you would just take everything else down before you go coming out here. Oh, we got an engine. Nice. Engines are worth quite a lot, but you're supposed to really get these after you're done with combat, and these guys are obviously not done with combat. So I'm gonna head back to our base, and ooh, I lost my shield. Okay, this is gonna get bad. See you later. Alright, so I got out of that thanks to his suit's high dodge rate and decent speed. But those are the basic weapon types. There's bazookas as well, but they just use different ammo. They will operate pretty much the same as a medium range shell ammo. And certain guns in the shop are used for certain. You know, I'll show you that. Let's go back to the store. Like, when you go in here, you generally, all these are available because they're all just ammunition. That's all available. But things like, there's a couple, well, actually, there you go. Like the Blash, this is Gundam's gun. Light armor can't use it. But, where is it? Got beam cannon you can't use. MS beam rifle. Where is it? Long range beam rifle and snipings. You can't use on these guys. It varies per suit. Might want to poke around in the wiki, see what kind of weapons you want, and compare it to the stats of the suits, and pick out what setup you like. Well, you know, there's a lot of people who can claim there are good setups, bad setups. Doesn't really matter to me. I actually personally pick what's fun over what's good. So, anyway, we earned a couple credits there. Yep. And, alright, that's your basics in combat for PvE. Basically, the rule of thumbs, you carve out a little section out of their range, run into their range, and I never got to show you toolkits because the dodge rate's so high, but basically you would double click them, it'd load a bar. Generally, if you get hit while the emergency toolkit is loading, it will just fail after it loads all the way. So it's a waste if you're under heavy fire, so generally you have to run away, get out of their range before using these kits. That's pretty much it. This is the basics for combat in general, mostly for PvE, and maybe we'll make another one soon for some PvP. I may ask Knight to come out, and he will be my punching bag, or I will be his punching bag. We'll find out later. Alright, see you later.